While I had you guys' attention, I wanted to go over from a person who has owned a lot of these Fords why I stay with them and the features that I absolutely love that hardly any of the other brands offer. And of course, looks are going to be subjective. So if it's looks you're going after and features do not matter, this video is not going to be for you because, you know, features are subjective. So, I might think this is the best looking truck. I actually think, me personally, probably one of the best looking trucks is the new GMC. I think these are very close. I absolutely love the look of the new GMC. But anyway, I just want to throw that in there. I do love these Ford trucks, and literally there's nothing that I would buy over this Ford truck in 2025. Even if nothing switches in 2026, I think I will buy this truck again. I am going to go test drive a new 25 Ram with the 8-speed in it just to see. But I do not think that truck will have power delivery like a Ford. I just don't think it's possible with that inline six, the way emissions and everything are set up on these trucks. But the things that I absolutely love, and these are in no particular order, but one is the power on these trucks, especially, the 2020 and above. The 10-speed and the Ford Power Stroke just have the most power and the best fuel economy out of any of these trucks. And when I say that, I'm just going to give you guys some numbers in case you didn't watch the last video and look at the comments and things like that. This is a 37-inch tire trimmer truck, the biggest single rear-wheel truck that Ford makes, the heaviest that they've got. A long bed would be heavier, but you can't get a trimmer in it. But this truck will run a 6.8 to a 7.3, 0 to 60. I have not seen any truck, if you've got a Chevy Duramax on 37s or a new Ram on 37s, this is not tuned or anything like that. So if you've got a tuned truck, that's totally different ballgame. It's endless what you can do tuning them and get them to a certain point. So if you're talking about I'm talking about a factory truck. Ford has the fastest, strongest, best efficient truck, which is, to me, one of the things that you buy trucks for. And so that matters to me a lot. Now, the newer trucks, all of them will do anything that you want to do. But if you ain't first, you're last. So I just kind of like to have Ford for the power delivery. And I also have had, zero trouble out of the drivetrain and motor. I also like that they make almost everything. So they make their transmissions, they make their motors, they make all of it in-house. So it just flows together seamlessly. Now, another thing, if you did not know, on the 23 and 24 and 25 trucks, these Ford trucks will run 100 mile per hour. Now, no other truck, I think, will run that. So that's just a nice little thing that they've given us. They were at 95 or 97. I can't remember what it was, which is super annoying. 100 is still annoying. Like, I just want them to leave my speed limiter alone and let me do what I want. But one of the other things that on the outside I want to show you is this keypad. Now in 25, they've removed this. So if you're ordering a 25, you're going to have to add this back in. You need to remember that, because if you're not a Ford owner and you go and you get this truck and you start figuring out how you can use this, you're going to absolutely love this feature, because you can let's say you leave it at someone's house, you can throw the keys in it and you don't have to worry about taking the keys, because you can literally lock the whole truck, go to this keypad, put your code in and unlock the truck. You can roll the window. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll post up in the video just to show you some of the features that you can do with that. But it is so handy. But if you're a Ford owner and you've owned these for a while and you're ordering a new 25 truck, make sure you put that in, because you're going to be sad if you get your truck and it does not have this keypad. It is something that that attracts me to Ford so much, and that's one of the reasons that I really enjoy these Ford vehicles, is because of that keypad. Now, it's not something you have to have, but it is a super handy feature, and you would really enjoy having that. The other thing is the automated seats. So when you open the Ford truck and you get in it, your seat, your steering wheel, your pedals, everything is automated. So if you're a tall person or you're a short person, the seat, when you put the numbers in, you know, and you've got your seat memory, when you get out of the truck, you shut it off, your seat goes back, your steering wheel goes up, and your pedals go away from you. So you're not trying to hit your leg on the steering wheel or anything when you're getting in and out of the truck. It's just a super handy feature to have. And I don't know why the other manufacturers do not do that. I mean, it's a way to cheap out. There's a lot of things that Ford does that are very little, that none of the other companies do or have, that a lot of people do not understand how handy they are to have. Now, the other thing is the big sunroof. It's not something that you have to have, and when it is 100 degrees and super bright out, the sunroof stays closed. But when it's nighttime or anything like that, it's phenomenal to open that thing and you can just see the big old, you know, canvas up top. And I just really like that feature, and it's something handy that I've always enjoyed. Now, other truck companies have these auxiliary switches in their vehicles, but Ford integrates them better than any of them. And it's a plug and play block up in the hood. Everything's already pre-wired, so you can plug stuff in to those auxiliary switches. And it's just a really, really nice thing to have. Now, that's not a necessity for me, but it is something that a lot of people will enjoy and like to have in their vehicles. The other thing, the hood visibility. And I wish I had a Duramax or a Ram here to show you, but you can see over your hood and over the side of your doors and things like that. Your visibility in a Ford is better than any other vehicle that is an HD truck by far. The Duramax has the hood scoop and everything, which makes the hood taller and longer. And the Ram has a really, really long nose. And that's something that when you get, if you'll go look at all three and truly check them out and remember these things, that's something that's super handy, and you don't realize it until you get in another vehicle and you're used to driving a Ford for a while and you get used to being able to see over the hood and the windows. They have done a phenomenal job of keeping this hood and everything to where you can see over it, and the visibility is great. I truly enjoy that, and I know a lot of people aren't thinking about that when they're looking into these vehicles, so I just wanted to say that also. The other thing, the Ford app. So if you buy a Ford truck, the app is free. From everything I've seen, and on my Ram, I had to pay for it. I'm pretty sure on GMC and Chevy, you have to pay for the app to remote start your truck. On the Ford one, you can lock and unlock. You can roll the windows down. You can honk the horn. You can see your bed power. You can do a lot of stuff straight from the app. Schedule your services. All that's free. It doesn't charge you anything. I think on my Ram, it was like $170 a year or something like that just to use my phone app. Your Apple Watch, it works with that. So I literally can tap an icon on my watch, start and unlock my truck, blow the horn. It's just a handy feature to have, and I hate that the other brands make you pay for it. That's just something that, you know, you got to pay for yearly or monthly or however they do it. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. The next thing, Ford, from as far as I know, is the only company that I've seen that you can get vinyl floor in a Platinum, a Limited, all your high-end trims. Now, I absolutely love it. I know some of you are like, why in the world would you want that? But I've got kids, everything else. If you spill chocolate milk in your carpet, you are not getting that out. And it just is a pain in the butt. You're going to have to do all kinds of stuff to get that smell out, especially if they spill it and they don't tell you, and it gets hot in the truck and it turns the cottage cheese in your carpet. Don't ask me how I know, but literally I absolutely love this vinyl floor, and it is just so quick and easy to clean up. You don't have to worry about all that carpet. I get in there and get sawdust and mud, just a ton of things. The vinyl is so much better. The next thing is this rear seat storage. Nobody else in the industry has that deal, and you can take it completely, fold it flat, make it a little toolbox. I've got power drills, all kinds of stuff under there. Now, it's not handy when you got car seats, because to get to it, obviously, you have to remove the car seats. So if the kids ain't in there, it's not an issue. You just unbuckle, latch, lift it up. But this completely folds flat into this frame, and then you've got that whole deal there. And the floor is flat all the way across, so you can slide big screen TVs in there, anything like that. There's no hump. There's no separation. And Ford has the best cab layout of any of them. I'm 100% sure. It's got a bigger cab than Chevy and Ram, unless you get in the Mega Cab. And then when you get in the Mega Cab, you've got this huge blind spot right here in this corner. Now, I love the look of a Mega Cab, but if you go drive a Mega Cab for 2 or 3 days, and you've got a bunch of angled streets you're going down where you've got to look back and look over your hood, and then you go drive a Ford, you're going to feel like this truck is 100 times easier to see out of. And that's one of the things that I really noticed, because I had a Mega Cab. I'll post a picture of it just so you guys can see. Let me know what you think of my old truck. Would you have kept it or kept this or got one of these? Like I said, I switched in 17 to Ford. The other thing is the bed power and the tailgate step. Now, in 25, I'll tell you another thing. They removed the tailgate cameras. I think that's a stupid move on Ford's part, because I absolutely love this. I don't know how many times I've dropped my tailgate and be backing up, and I want to see how close I am, like to get feed or other things for cattle to a concrete bar. And of course, you got to have the tailgate down. Well, this right here, you can back up within, a notebook from the bar and then have your tailgate down. It's just super handy. So if you get a 25, they have removed this feature, and I don't think you can even add it back in. Now, if you can, great. I made a video and went through a whole build on how I would build one if I got a 25. If you guys want to see that, it's back a few months ago before they even released a 25. But the other thing, nobody in the industry has bed power. So this is a 2,000 watt bed power. You can power, about any kind of power tool that you've got. It's just super handy. I use it for so many things that I didn't think I would ever even need. And now it would just be something I would have to have in a vehicle. Now, the 2025 Ram, they've put this bed power in there. And I think it's actually a 2,400 watts, so it'll be a little more than the Ford is. But we'll see which one holds better power. There's a lot of things with inverters and how they work. One other thing that I would say is Ram doesn't have a tailgate step. So it's one of those deals that, you don't have to worry about it. But GMC has a tailgate step. Now, the reason Ford's doesn't look as fancy as the new Chevy, but this is just way, way more practical. You can put it down with any hitch on. You're not worried about busting your tailgate. And if you own a GMC, you have seen it. If you're on the forums, there's someone on there every day that is like, I accidentally dropped my tailgate and it hit the hitch and put a big dent in it. Now, you can use this even with a trailer on or anything. It's the handiest deal, and it just works in every scenario, where the other ones, you can't have a trailer on, you can't have anything like that. So you have to really look at what features work for you and are better. Now, I'm almost 100% sure, I can't remember, but I think Ford's bed depth in here is way better than the other two brands also. You guys can let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what features keeps you with GMC or what features keep you with Ram. I am always looking at these trucks. I'm always, if I thought there was something better, I'm not Ford loyal. Literally, if I thought there was something better, I would go buy it right now. Like, I just... To me, Ford has the best package, and the things that the trucks are meant for, like towing and things of that nature, Ford is, one of the things I'll say is all these YouTubers that I was watching before I ever started a YouTube channel, they were, Ram this, Ram that. And the thing that I've noticed over time, and I've even argued with some of the biggest YouTubers about their vehicle choices, and then they end up switching to Ford and saying this, the same thing. And I just think it's funny. But there's a lot of people that start out with Ram or Chevy. And I think the only reason that is, and I know it's going to make a lot of you mad, but you can buy a Ram or a Chevy or GM, whatever you want to say, GMC, Chevy, so much cheaper than you can buy a Ford. But there's no other truck that you can buy that has as many features as Ford does. They just have way better feature set, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, GMC doesn't have a big sunroof. They don't have, you can add an aftermarket keypad on a GMC. I don't know what all you can do with it, but this one isn't just to unlock the door. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. But there's just so many features that Ford has that I just do not see on the other brands. Now, like I said, Ram's getting the bed power. GMC still doesn't have that. But Ford also tows more than any of them. And the people that are truly testing these, they're showing the same thing. Like, Ford has more power. Ford is faster. Ford gets better fuel mileage. So I would just like to see what your guys' opinion are. What keeps you with GMC, like I said, Chevy, or Ram? I'm curious.